Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
There it is. And it's awful.
All right, well, Dr.
That was they probably sing that in lockup in prison.
Dr. Short, it's an honor to have you back on the show. You are back by popular demand. You got a huge following, it seems. It's growing every day on social media and beyond. How you doing tonight? Or tomorrow?
I'm blessed and highly favored. In a couple of hours, I go up to New York to help out a brother who's a businessman and a good friend. So I have a short road trip and I'll be back. And of course, I was in your city. I'm sorry, in your state of Tennessee. I can't get away from that damn place. I was trying to get away from West Tennessee. I always wanted to go to Vanderbilt or something like that, but I didn't want to be in West Tennessee. It's too black and crazy in Mississippi Valley. But I love Nashville. I love driving through it, going around it, and I like Kentucky. So, I'm going to Kentucky in 17 days, and then I come back, and then at the end of January, I go back to Kentucky, and then I go to Kansas City, come back to Kentucky, of course, through Nashville. So I'm going to be through Nashville like another 4 times next 4 months. And if I have more money, I got to talk about this. I'm a hemp pimp. And that's kind of cool. I mean, it's green and it's good for you, and it's not getting, it's amazing. My ancestors used to roll hemp blunts in Baltimore, and now I'm working with a hemp farmer who processes hemp in West Tennessee. And wow. And then Kentucky. I'm going to try to have a hemp plantation. I think I could be a black slave. I have some white in me. I could oppress people. I have some late pretension in me. It's just latent. Anyway,
you had your own Candyland, because I know you like making sweet potato pies now. Purple sweet potato pies.
Yeah. Look, when I'm in the Bowling Green area, we got some potatoes that sweet potatoes, and they planted them. And we had a big summit in Kentucky to get different black farmers and people in various cities, Chicago, Baltimore, DC, Atlanta, to all work together, look to see what we could do to incubate black business and help black farmers reach new markets and create opportunities for our people. And there's like an urban garden in Russellville. And I went there. I worked in the farm a couple of days, various points in the summer, and I dug up the potatoes, boiled them, and made sweet potato pie for the Ag First community cooperative. First Ag Community Co-op, Kentucky. It's based in Russellville, but they have co-op members in Georgia, Florida, and various places in the South. And for our event, when we're talking about supporting each other, whether it's hemp farmers, whether it's people that lamb or pork or whatever. And I made some pies to show what we had grown, and that was the first time I ever made sweet potato pies. In fact, they were vegan sweet potato pies, and people loved them. These sweet potatoes come from Hawaii, and they're purple. and they're really nice because they don't have a lot of strings. So, you can just mash them right up once you boil them. And they're sweeter than the orange potatoes, sweet potatoes that we normally see in the store. There are about 26 varieties of sweet potatoes. And I have an associate who's a sweet potato farmer, and I'm hoping to get 26 types of slips of sweet potatoes. And if I get it my way to work with this brother who has like 200 acres, maybe about 200 DC, maybe we can grow sweet potato, hemp, and other stuff. In fact, put some hemp in the sweet potatoes so people feel a little better about eating it. Have some space pie and and instead of hair pie, space pie. But you could get some hair pie if you gave them space pie.
That's
So,
interesting.
and grow it. But, my mom used to bake. My grandmother used to bake and work in the White House. I mean, it was a very uh, excellent. I mean, you name it, she could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, my grandmother, my mother's mother, my father's father, um, were like. And my great grandfather, who used to screw Bessie Smith, she had to be straight when she came into Norfolk because he had a specialty. By the way, a sweet potato pancake that,
Mm.
I mean, he was like screwing women off of his cooking. And so maybe that'll work for me. Maybe we need to learn how to cook so we can get that ass. Heard, I'll make some stuff for you. Send you some pies. Used to done some women over there. Anyway, um,
I need all the help I
which
can
pie to get
get.
some hair pie.
I need,
Anyway, uh, I love cooking, man. I genuinely do. My great grandfather used to make sweet potato pancakes, and he had about 20 kids.
wow.
I guess that's like an aphrodisiac. When women don't have to cook, I guess they, they give up more booty, because they're hot and bothered. I want to do it right now. I'm tired. So if men cook, women they screw more. I mean, who thought? I mean, quote me. That's anyway.
Mm.
So he used to make sweet potato pancakes and all kinds of stuff. He's a Pullman porter and had his own things. And uh, uh, apparently, he would take money and take advantage of people. Well, not take advantage, but according to my grandfather, his father would hustle Bessie to not only take care of him, take her money, but she liked eating his food.
Mm.
And I don't know. So when I'm in Kentucky, I cook for my sister for Nair, and when I was in grad school, I used to cook for the sisters. And my mom likes me to cook. And now I've discovered, damn, I've got the capacity to bake. So I now want to make like a mango cheesecake.
Mm.
I'm gonna make it. Oh yes, I am. I'm gonna put a little bit of pineapple juice. I'm gonna make a mango, maybe put a little banana, mango cheesecake. Like black, because white people just want it because they like cheesecake because it's white. I I want the cheesecake because it tastes good. If it
Yeah,
doesn't taste good, fuck cheesecake. So
mm-hmm.
I want to make a tropical fruit cheesecake. I've been thinking about cheesecakes and why a lot of people don't like them,
Mm-hmm.
and why people don't like sweet potato. Like I don't like Patty LaBelle's sweet potato pies. My sweet potato pie is better than hers, and I just started making them. So, you are not my friend, Patty LaBelle, making those pies as plain as they are. I mean, you got a reputation to uphold, and it's just all in the gutter. If you let Walmart treat you like that, you're nothing but a slave. But the pies were good, and I've been asked to make some more. So when I get a chance, I'm gonna go in the store, get some rum and some other stuff, and make me some more. I like cooking with alcohol. I don't like to drink, but I
Mm-hmm.
love alcohol for cooking. It's
Mm.
really good. Uh, to make some sweet potato pies and see if this brother named Pie Man, if he likes the recipes for the sweet potato pies that I have, then he'll sell them. And I'll get a percentage of him off the recipe if I want to be bothered with him. But if we can get a commercial kitchen going and we can grow sweet potatoes in Kentucky, because I'm thinking about I like the weather. I'll tell you something. What I loved about Tennessee, what I'm envious about you, is that you usually don't get frost until late November, if not January.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then by April, it's warm again. You can have a garden for like 10 months
Mm.
in in West Tennessee. Am I lying?
Oh yeah, the weather's pretty
And so
cool.
I love the weather there. That's the one thing I like. Didn't like the tornadoes, but I like the weather and that you could grow. You had like almost a month and a half more growing time. You know, I have to use piss for my garden to keep the chlorophyll in my plants. Like I have a watermelon vine outside,
Mm-hmm.
and it got all cold here. So I mean, I had like a watermelon I had to chop up, but I did get the seeds out, and I threw some of the watermelon in the backyard, so it can fertilize the worms will eat it. But uh, the pies are one thing, and the other thing is my friend who has a big hemp farm in Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
and I love hemp. Oh my God, it's very good. I mean, the CBDs and stuff out of that. I put some on my knees, and it makes your toes crack, your joints loosen up. It
Mm.
does stuff for your nerves. It's really wonderful, you know. And black people used to grow hemp. My family grew hemp in Maryland, and it's a wonderful crop. You can do almost anything with it. Black folks need to get into it, and I'm looking for folks who want to sell hemp products. They're health products. You can put it on your skin, you can put it in your hair, you put it in your food, you can eat it. I mean, you can douche with it, sisters. I mean, you know, you can do all kinds of stuff. I mean, you can put up your behind and slip and slide. I mean, the things that you can do with this hemp, and it probably feel better. Probably it's a good suppository to have a hemp thing. Just put it up there. You know, it's green. You come out. And they have blunts. I gave a friend of mine 2 blunts. I mean, I thought I was Santa Claus when that nigga looked at me when I gave him the hemp blunts. He was so excited. He almost like, I mean, dude gave me some money. I've never had him just give me money before. He saw I had the samples and shit in nice little jars. And, and I said, it's hemp. It's not weed.
Uh-huh.
It does have some THC, but not that much. And he was kind of disappointed because he said it was good, but it didn't do like like weed did because it's
Mm-hmm.
not it's in the weed family, but it's it's not the same as weed, but it's really
Mm.
good for you. I can see a lot of our people. Let me tell you something. I can say this to you. You're from King Cotton City, Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
In the South, nothing has replaced what cotton once was when our people were enslaved.
Yeah.
We need something that can revitalize the economy of the entire South to lift our people up. And I think hemp and other things like it, we black folks have to find our way out of where we've been put. And hemp is one way out. And sweet potatoes, what George Washington Carver did, all these recipes we haven't even bothered. Rubber from sweet potatoes, there's so much we could do with it.
Mm.
Flour from sweet potatoes, there's so much that we could do with what people like George Washington Carver and others have done. And we need to reconnect with the earth. In fact, I'm gonna tell you something. I I'm looking at maybe buying a house or houses if I can. In fact, I'm gonna sell some hemp. I'm gonna be out there. I got the hemp. I got the hemp. I got the hemp. Got the hemp. I can sell some hemp. I would buy me a house or two down in Kentucky. I had so much fun talking to the chickens. Like this little racist ass Amish boy wouldn't speak to me. I'm not acknowledge you, nigger. You don't exist. And let me tell you, because I kept speaking to him, he wouldn't speak, little fake ass hat and shit, the horse and buggy and shit. And his horse was friendlier than he was, but the horse was black. So come here, brother, let me pet you. The horse was like, right? But the guy, he was mean until I called the chickens, and he thought I was gonna go say chick, 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 chick. No, you don't talk to chickens like that. You go, and I called the chickens, and they all came running to me. Then he started being nice to me. Oh my God. You can talk to chickens. I'll send you the video. The thing that
Right.
offended me was there was a black chicken They came outside the fence, and then it turned its back on me. And I says, "Why are we like this, brother? Why are you doing this in front of all the other ones that you have? Why can't we stick together?" And she said, "Now I gave you some good, and you can come and like just disrespect." I says, "Even the white chick is talking to me, but not you. No, you just had to." And he turned around, and it was cool after that. But says, "Man, that's more like it. Stop, show some unity, right?" Says, "You act like I'm Colonel Sanders and shit." And so no, the chickens and all that was cool. Forgive me for all this. That sounds like I'm like on drugs or something.
We're
But
like Dr. Doolittle or something.
no, no, I just like animals, man. And so
Uh-huh.
look, I'm tired of the city. Black people need to get their asses out of the city. We need to move to where there's land. There are going to be food shortages all over the country. If you don't have enough space to grow shit, your ass is going to starve. SNAP program shit's going to be canceled. By the way, I got SNAP on unemployment. Oh my God. I take the shit, charge it. When I want to bake some shit, I have been using SNAP to make pies and shit. I love it. I mean, when you see some lobster tail and shit in there, you don't sit up and say, "Ooh, that's $12 a pound." You just buy it. I love it. Oh my God. I understand why people stay on the shit. It's great. If you've been paying for food when you've been broke all these years, you think about that. You've been thinking about the pounds and shit. I mean, you do more calculations than IBM when you go shopping. People on staffs don't give a fuck. They just put it in a basket because it's going to be up in there. I get it. I said, this shit can be very addictive. But since I'm on unemployment and they said, I want that shit too. And oh, man, it's fun. And you want to see something? The people that don't have SNAP, y'all are fucking haters, tax-paying haters. Y'all make me sick. I mean, they see you getting expensive shit. Well, don't you want to put it back? No, I really don't. In fact, I want another one. Yes, I was down in Kentucky and in Tennessee buying the white cherries, the kind that black people don't get. When the bitch saw my star card, she almost died. Are you sure you want to get this? Yes. And did I tell you, oh my God, I was so angry. I bought 3 watermelons in Walmart, and this white bitch profiled me. She thought I was trying to rip them off for watermelons. They were no fucking good anyway. They were rotten on the inside. I had to throw them out in the woods so the raccoons could eat them.
Wow.
I hope they enjoyed it because the shit didn't do nothing for me. What she didn't see was that, I just tell anybody, if you're broke, go to the checkout, the self-checkout, and do what white people do. White people put the code in that they want in. Okay. If you got blueberries,
oh my God,
put the strawberry code in. Pay for the shit and leave. Give yourself a sale. I saw white people doing this shit. Damn. And nobody watches them.
Yeah, I know they be eating their chips and drinking their drinks in the store too.
No, I'm talking about if strawberries are on sale for $1.99 a pack.
Yeah.
And blueberries are $5. They put in strawberries and walk out with blueberries and nobody checks. As long as some money goes in the thing. See, black folks are so anxious to have someone white check their food. No, check your own shit. Get a sale for yourself.
I hear you, Dr. Short. That makes a lot of sense.
If I got 9 mangoes, maybe I say I got 7. Shit, I mean, at least I paid for most of them. Fuck. I mean, they're not gonna miss it. I'm just telling you. And if someone asks me about that shit, tell them this mask confused me, man. I was dizzy. The carbon dioxide. That's why I got to go. These people are so afraid they're gonna get COVID. They don't even check the shit you're getting. That's as long as you put some money in there. But I love it. Charge it. I'm just telling you. All you people, stop being proud. While SNAP is still available, get your ass some and stock up because it's going to be a bitch in 2021. Get as much water, canned goods, Kotex ladies. Please, nobody likes a sloppy hole. Stock up toilet paper, paper towels, wipes. And, you can use a wipe twice if, you should tear it in half. Just stock up. 2021 is gonna be a bitch. Now, let's talk about stuff. You wanted to know about the Proud Boys.
Yes.
Okay. You know, I went to University of Virginia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I used to tell my mother and everybody that University of Virginia is full of Nazis and shit. Thomas Jefferson was a Nazi. Okay, he just liked black pussy when it was enslaved. He didn't like it free. Okay, and you know they said that Hitler escaped and went to Argentina and got a black wife.
I didn't know
So
that
like
part.
Thomas Jefferson, oh yeah, this is real time. He got we all live in the yellow submarine. It should be the Hitler submarine. They went in. That's what they said. Now look, I met because let's do this real fast.
Mm-hmm.
One, I'm a black person that's proud, a nationalistic black person, but I am conservative. I could care less about any political system or party. I do care about freedom, justice, and how we fare as a group, as a collective. And I care about the rest of humanity. I don't like to see Palestinians get messed over. I don't like Jews. I don't like anyone getting hurt. But in particular, I don't want us black people to be fucked with by anybody. Even coons, sellouts, traitors, blacknecks, nigglings, negroidians, all little nasty words, blacknecks. All of them I can't stand. Having said that, I'm really mad with black Democratic leadership. They fuck us all over the country. It's black Democrats who haven't said shit about Breonna Taylor. It's a Democratic city, Democratic mayor that's gentrifying that. It's the same way the black folks are being harassed in Atlanta by this bitch whose last name is Bottoms. And she is a bottom bitch too. Okay. Keisha bitch Bottom. Okay. And the little nasty trick that we have in DC, Bow Wow, who has $219,000 in her constituent fund, and she hasn't given one fucking nickel. Come on. I mean, all the carpet munching that you've had, you can't at least give a lesbian a check? Now, I'm angry with the black Democrats. They've had 55 years to do something for black people, and they've helped gays, illegals, lesbian feminists, everybody but us. I don't worship the Republicans. A lot of them I call Republicans and traitors, but we need a dialectic to smash the stranglehold that we have over us by black Democrats like Jesse Jackass, Al Revert, Al Sharpton, and others, and Boy Reed, because you do look like a boy. She looks like what's it, Don Cheadle with the weave. Anyway.
Okay.
Out of that, getting involved with the Republicans because I was mad at Hillary Clinton trying to kill my pastor, Reverend Walter Fontroy. That shit just did some shit to me. After that, I just says I'm all for Trump to get back at these motherfuckers. Try to kill my pastor. Y'all did genocide on my friends in Libya. Y'all raping people in Haiti with the Clintons and Faggot and all of them. So I just said, you know what? I'm so angry at how they did black people. I went over the Republican side. And when you hang with Republicans, you're going to meet some strange ass people no matter how you try to do it. You just do. You meet black folks who are really intelligent, except they hate black people. They think it's black people's fault. You know, Abraham Lincoln should have never freed black people because when he freed black people, that was the beginning of crack. They have these really hokey theories. And you're like, how did they get that? But they have a way of convincing white people to fund them that this shit makes sense. Like Diamond and Silk, okay? They're basically like transgender Amos and Andy for the 21st century, right? Even though they'd be making some sense. And they threw their asses under the bus. See? You meet weird people or odd people, folks with crazy ideas you meet. And by the way, you have Nazi eugenicists and shit on the Democratic side. I've met all kinds everywhere. All right. But all I can say to you is that I went to UVA, some of others Nazi school. This shit in Charlottesville happened, and one of the people that helped set up the Unite the Right rally, somebody that I know that's affiliated with the Proud Boys. I'm just trying to do shit to fight against human trafficking, pedophilia, And because Mitch McConnell and other people helped us fight against pedophilia legalization. And I kind of like some stuff, not everything. There's a lot of stuff Trump does I don't like, but some things I do.
Mm-hmm.
And in particular, hooking up with Dr. Corsi and Roger Stone, I didn't know Roger Stone's, his Fruit of Islam are the Proud Boys.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't know that. What I did know was that when I was trying to get assistance to expose slavery in Libya, pedophilia, and the murder of Black people in Haiti, Stone helped me. I went to the CBC niggas, they turned their back on me. And to me, I didn't want anything. I want Black folks not to be murdered or raped or violated.
Right.
And out of that, you meet Stone and you work with him. You say this, do this, the other. Now, when Stone had his trial late last year and then the arraignment, I met all kinds of people. And I happened to meet the head of the Proud Boys. I didn't know this until 2 days ago. The Afro-Cuban guy who's cool, we chat, it's always cordial. He's here, and everybody's saying he's a racist. Everybody's got a dark side, whatever. I'm not saying this shit's not true. There's some racist, vicious ass people. Kessler, Spencer, don't like none of them. But sometimes, strategically, Malcolm X and even Marcus Garvey dealt with all kinds of people trying to get things. It's called strategy. Even if we had a race war tomorrow, we'd have to sit across the table and talk to people we were just shooting at. There's a very good show on Netflix called Rebellion that talks about the Irish rebellion against the English. And what you see the English just killing and trying to force the Irish to have a bad deal and shit. At some point, we're going to have a conversation process. So look at it this way. We have to be strategic and deal with everybody that we have to deal with in order to attain an objective. I don't run after people. I grew up with Nazis. And I say this, over in Virginia where I live, Clarendon Boulevard was called Hate Hill, where Lincoln Rockwell, George Lincoln Rockwell, the head of the American Nazi Party, they sublet it from my dentist that worked on my teeth. So I mean, I've been around Nazis my whole life, going back to about age 3 or 4, right? So it's not new for me. Not that I like them or whatever, but just it happens that way. And my father's patron was one of these people whose father was an SS officer, a bureaucrat. I didn't pick this shit for me. It's sort of like it happens.
Yes, sir.
So with Stone and the other people, I met Enrique. I just called Enrique. Says, man, Enrique, these people are talking about you like a dog. These have always been cordial, so I've had no issues. Peace, brother. God be with you. Watch your back. But this is a person everybody's tripping off of on Facebook. When I saw that, it blew my mind. You mean I know the head of the Proud Boys? I knew someone that was 10, but it's not like I hang out, drink, or did nothing like that. It was all around the fact that, one, Roger Stone is one of the people who was one of the architects of attacking mass incarceration of Black people. This is a fact. That's one of the reasons that I'm for Stone. I also know that Stone and other folks strategically prefer Black people to Chinese and some of the other folks. Whatever their heart, I'm not going to get into what's in someone's heart, but I would much rather, what I've seen with Trump, when he talks about minorities in America, he talks about Black people.
Right.
He doesn't talk about Asians, he talks about primarily Black folks. That's the one. I kind of like us being the minorities that get the greater access. Yeah. Our people haven't been bright about seizing hold of it. Whether someone's a con man or not, people cheat con men every day. our ancestors got land and all, knew how to outplay people with all the laws and stuff stacked against them more often than not. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We have to learn to be strategic. So yes, I met some of the Proud Boys. It was around Roger Stone. What I like about what Stone has done is like advocating for Marcus Garvey. And the real problem wasn't Roger Stone. Let me just say this to you so you'll know. Do you know who runs Black America for Trump?
No.
Jared Kushner.
Oh, okay.
Jared Kushner doesn't necessarily like Roger Stone. I don't know how much Jared Kushner knows about Black people. I'm not going to try to get into that, but I'm going to say to you that had some smarter, sharper people been in the mix, we probably would have gotten more out of his first term. Even with, like I tell anyone, a broken clock is right twice in a day. A platinum plan, whether you are lying or telling the truth. If you were talking about giving us $500 billion, I think about the $500 billion that Obama took away from Black colleges that we don't talk about. He did that shit in our faces, and nobody Black complains about it. No one calls Obama a fraud. Trump puts Black colleges on in permanent funding. So maybe there's some truth in this $500 billion deal, or at least some of it. We don't even need that much. Some of us just need seed money. Did we get anything from Obama? The answer is no. So, Proud Boys, this Republican thing, in reality, what are we going to do for one another? It's the same way, brother. If I can, and I mean this, Hurt, as some doors open for me, the doors open for you, and anybody that you send, provided folks don't try to exploit and send you $2 and $1 donations and shit like that and exploit your network. If folks aren't trying to take advantage or call you 50 times a day or call your friends 50 times a day or try to name drop people that they don't even know that are in your network, and don't call with all sorts of sexual neurotic problems, like the bitch who cut her son's dick off that told you I stole money from her when I got her about $4,000 or $5,000, and went and told you I stole from her. I ain't take nothing from her, man. I remember that, and all I asked her for was about $50 a week to do PR for her, which is a bargain. She didn't have a fucking place to stay. I got the money for her, and then they came and said I was robbing them. If I don't have to deal with psycho niggas who lie, cheat, and steal, I'm cool. So, and I think you know that. I mean, if there's something I can do for people that are trying to help our folks out, as little as I have, I try to share. If I get a few bucks, I can assure you, I have to send some money to Liberia, to my godson. I need to send some money to Cameroons. I may send and I don't have that much.
Right.
But that's me. Okay. If I had a whole lot, I'd give more. If I had it, I'd underwrite it where we can have a network where we can do this shit full time and be funded. This is what Tyler Perry and them should be throwing stuff at little people and writing the shit off. I mean, it's probably cheaper than the Tall Boys. And by the way, did you see that thing on Jaguar and Puff on Daddy?
Oh, say that. Yeah, I couldn't. You said
that woman named Jaguar that said that her lawyer walked in on Puff Daddy being blown on by this actor. And Puff Daddy came out yelling and screaming, it's my dick is power and who kills.
It probably could have, knowing how those people get down that industry.
You know what? I come from a somewhat musical family. My mother was in Wings Over Jordan. My grandmother did not allow my mother to go on a European tour. And that's in 1960 when they were the biggest choir in the world.
Wow.
And I think about it, and I notice when you're in the performing arts or whatever, it's like you have to sell your soul to get beyond just singing in a few churches or people knowing that you're talented.
Yeah.
And that was always a turn off for me. Like doing comedy, I did some stand-up comedy. God, you got to do drug humor and booze humor. And I can't do this. I don't. You know what? I worked as a bartender. I didn't drink anything, but I give you all the beer. I would make Ghetto Cosmos. I was over at Sirius Radio
Yeah.
and at a Christmas party,
Mm-hmm.
or no, it was an office party, and I made Ghetto Cosmos. And they had a riot. They had to put me out of Sirius Radio because the Cosmos was so good, people fighting and shit. I will make you a drink. I could probably even roll you a blunt. I just wouldn't use it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like drunkenness, whatever. But you want a beer, have two. You want 10? You want some Jim Beam? You want Jack Daniels? Some, you want some Maker's Mark? I mean, shake it up, stir it up, serve it up. But not really into certain stuff. So I couldn't get into the lifestyle of very famous people. So I'm not obsessed with being famous or rich, or not like that. That shit's annoying. You know how people know you, Ron? Hey, Ron,
Yeah.
you still you can't speak somebody.
I could hear
People
that. You
asking
breaking
like
up.
inappropriate questions. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You were breaking up when you were saying the other part.
No, I'm just saying that people are inappropriate towards you when they know you. They think when you think, oh yeah, man, hey Ron, heard why ain't you married, man? All these hoes that like you, man, you should bust a nut up in some of your fan club, man. There's lonely bitches out here. And people come up and it's like they talk to you like you picked shit that's going on with you. I said, you know what, look, nigga, buy me a house and give me a 6-figure income that I can have for 10 years. In fact, I'll fucking clone a bitch I can be with. How about that?
Right.
And then they disappear. So now Proud Boys. That there's some racist ass people in that. I don't deal with them. By the way, what do you think about COVID and Trump? And I don't know. Maybe he did or he didn't have it. Either they poisoned his ass or he faked it. But
yeah, I would think it the poison, but also I was concerned when they sent him to the Bethesda, Walter Reed Bethesda, because they killed a lot of people there. They killed Jane Forrestal, Joe McCarthy, Franz Fanon. They all died suspect deaths there. Then they did the JFK botch autopsy. They were trying to send Reagan to Bethesda, but they sent him to George Washington when he got shot. They were trying to finish him off at Bethesda.
Nancy was looking out.
Yeah.
And I remember the day Reagan got shot. I was in the 11th grade.
Oh, wow.
And hi, pep, pep. Hi. Oh. And they did it.
That's not funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh like that. But
well, you can laugh because Ronald Reagan. I mean, when you think about, we've had some really fucked up presidents, and he was one of them. But I did like listening to him because him, like Trump, can reach white people, man.
Oh, yeah, you know how to whisper to white people. Yeah.
Say, hello, this is President Ronald Reagan. Is that we're going to send all the black people back to Africa to reduce crime and to increase our budget. Now, they're going to people that have the emotional clamor that black people belong here. But if they did, they wouldn't call themselves African American. So we're going to grant them their wish. And we're going to send them on very big ships. And we're going to give them lots of bananas. And when they get back, they'll be very happy people. And his voice is very similar to Trump.
It is. I didn't think about it till you said it.
And then Trump says, well, I'm going to just say to you, Ron, that when I got sick, I really thought about Jesus and what a great white man he was. He even liked the black people. He really tried to help them. You can really see that he connected with them because when they sing, no matter how dirty or evil black people are, when they're singing, they really get close to God. very, very close to God. Like Michael Jackson. He'd been a pedophile, but when he was singing, there was something very special about it. And I realized that Reagan and Trump have a similar voice, and they both tell stories and they insult people and say Ronald Reagan's more cool than Trump because he's a Midwesterner, he's more laid back. Well, you know, when Nancy and I were doing it doggy style in the White House, Jesse Jackson came knocking at the door trying to get a contribution for some scam. I called Secret Service and I said, get that darky off of the White House lawn.
Yeah, that's right. And he gave us King Holiday too. I mean, like Trump got that thing where he could talk about the platinum plan for black people. Then Reagan do the King Holiday of all people. You think he was going to do the King Holiday?
He didn't want to.
Right, he didn't want to, but what happened?
He said Martin Luther King. No, that's Trump. Let me hold on. I got to channel. Yeah, go Ronald. Hold on. I have to think of. Hold on. I need to think about bony ass Nancy Reagan for a second. Nancy. Okay, there it is. Nancy. There it is. Martin Luther King was a comic. When I reached out to look at Martin Luther King, he was a comic. Everything about him. But the foolish blacks kept following. But I want everybody to know, when I bought the gun for James Earl Ray, it was the greatest investment that ever happened in American history. I'm very proud of my
There's always something with these people, man. But yeah,
and Jimmy Carter. What is it? What do we say? My daughter Amy and I, when we were having sex in the Oval Office, we had a great recession in the country. But I want everyone to know, even though I'm old and ugly, and I grew lots of peanuts, I still remember all the things I didn't do in the White House for the black people who voted me in.
Yes, it's like a John Lewis apology.
I'm the greatest president for black people since Lincoln. In fact, I'm setting them free from Joe Biden. Joe Biden, you really said really mean things about them super predator. Yes, you did. You said it, Joe. And you said worse things. The debate was cool. I loved it when he called Biden's son a junkie. That was just, man, I was ready to get the Holy Ghost.
He would just but he would tell the truth though. Why people act like he wasn't telling the truth about Biden?
No, that's not what it is. Okay. That's not what it is. White people lie about their kids being junkies. They act as if drug addicts are all black people. Look, niggas don't make enough money to buy the illegal drugs that come to the country, racist people. Yeah, you guys have all the damn money. You got 10 times as much money as us, and you use 10 times more of it to buy more dope than us. You get prescription and illegal. Plus y'all grow shit, got little laboratories in your house and shit. All we can do is get retail sales, get a little teeny tiny, they have a small toothpaste in the ghetto stores, and the white folks get the family pack with 4 tubes. It's the same thing with drugs. Most of the drugs this country is used by white folk. Illegal, and mushrooms. Shit that we don't even think about. If white folks could get high off of table salt, they'd find some way to snort it. Okay, you'd have to shut down sugar, right? And shut down salt. Well, salt's not for sale here because our youth are using it to get high. So you're going to have a sodium-free diet, right? I remember getting Drixoral. You can't get Drixoral down in Tennessee. I'm telling the truth. You try to get some Drixoral and the fucking alarms go off and Walgreens and shit. like you're a junkie. And then the alarm went off of me. I said, you fucking white addicts. I have sinuses, shit. I don't want to get high. I want to be able to breathe out with my big ass black nose that you don't like. Because someone says, what are you doing? I says, I'm trying to stock up on this shit. Well, you can only get 2 at a time. I said, shit, I don't drive. This I got to ride. I want to get 4. We can only get you. You'll have to come back next week. That's I'll make something. And I mean, that's the last time I bought some Jigsaw. I was in Tennessee. It's like 5 years ago. The good drug, the good cold medicines got fucked up by all the white people on meth. I used to love Jigsaw. I never had a cold. I could take that shit. Then everybody got high off of it. I guess that's the best shit, Jigsaw. You know what I'm talking about, the little green pills and the thing?
Yeah.
Man, I love those, like M&Ms. When the fall came, I'd like take 1 or 2 a day. I was cool. And to find out that these people are smoking the allergy medicine. So I can't get any because there's some junkie getting high off of it. Why do I care? When they use weed, they made all the shit legal. They should do the same thing with Jigsaw. Hell, they're going to smoke it anyway. Now, I want to just say to you, notice how Jared Kushner and Ivanka, they're the only ones that don't have corona. That's suspicious to me. Okay. And it's just interesting. All this stuff is interesting. I think Trump's going to win with the landslide. That'll be fun if he does. Do you know how many people have been crying? In fact, let me just tell you something that's been hidden. Did you hear about the big ass march the little punk ass Al Sharpton had on August 28th? The march on, it should be called Another Farce or Fag on Washington. That 2,000 people came with banners with MAGA. But it wasn't Make America Great Again. It was Make America Gay Again.
Wow.
About 4,000 strong transsexuals came down from New York. I'm serious.
Wow.
Make America Gay Again. And that's why Al Sharpton's punk ass ran away from his own march. You didn't know about that?
I didn't know about the party.
They were tripping, yeah. Al Sharpton got on the plane. He left the march early.
Wow.
Like Jesse Jackson running away from Memphis after Dr. King got shot.
Yeah, he flew that plane.
Same shit.
Oh, my God. So you think Trump had or got COVID, or you think it's just something else going on?
You know what? This is what they've been hiding. There have been a lot of assassination attempts on Trump.
Yeah.
I think in 2019 or 18, when he got rushed to the Washington Hospital Center, which is about 8 blocks from where I live, his food taster got poisoned and killed in the White House. They still haven't put that in the news. Someone breached security and they poisoned 2 people in the White House. 1 person died. When your food taster gets poisoned, they were that close to killing Trump's ass.
I mean, they put something in his quarter pounder because I know he like hamburgers and stuff. I mean, Trump is interested.
Yeah, but the point is that they know what you eat. He's surrounded by people that don't like his ass on all sides.
You know what I noticed too? You know, him and JFK both Geminis, and they both are not liked by the Secret Service. You know, JFK was not liked by his own Secret Service. It's like the Secret Service
he
don't
didn't
really
share
like Trump.
The pussy. Obama did. He let them all have all the hoes they wanted. You know, thank you. Hey guys, look, come here. Everybody, come here. You guys are protecting me. I figured that you guys have erections in your pants. You got a lot of testosterone. Since you can't pull a trigger, since you're not in the city cops shooting black youth, I know you want to bust a nut. So look. We're going to give you enough money. When we go down to Columbia, you can fuck all the whores you want, but don't get it in the news, okay? Now, so, if you want to bust a nut, if you like dudes, I mean, my room's on the... I'm in the... what's the thing called? Penthouse. You can come up and see. No black guys. I don't like black men.
So if you're a nice blonde, got a tight booty, and maybe you can try Michelle a little bit as a warm up, then you can get to me.
Oh,
what
man.
You say? Hey, why you take it? Thank you. Okay, you. What's your name? Where are you from? Iowa, a white state. I like it. I like it. They like me in Iowa. So come upstairs and see me. Now, here's some money for everybody. And here's a good thing. Due to my financial policy, an American dollar goes a long way here in Columbia. So don't cheat the whores and the hookers. You got to pay them, okay? Now, some stuff is free. Now, I'm free. I'm upstairs.
Yeah, I forgot about the Columbia trip. Yeah, I forgot about that, man. There's been some scandals on his watch, huh?
Look, the shit that just happened, you didn't hear? It's come out that the whole Mueller thing is falling apart, and someone's been turned, and they're going to expose how all this stuff was set up, the Russia collusion. They're hiding it in the media. They're not talking about it. There's no Russian collusion, none of it. Trump's innocent. This shit's going to come out. It's October. The guy, one person from the Department of Justice that was supposed to expose Mueller just resigned. All this stuff is going to come out.
Wow,
so Barr and them just got someone who was deep cover to turn on Mueller, to turn on Obama, to turn on Loretta Lynch and Eric Hardup, and they're going to snitch. It's coming. And Susan Rice, her little Gilligan's Island trans racial looking ass. This stuff is coming. It's going to all come out. I don't mind people hating Trump, but the truth is there was no, as you said, no collusion. I didn't collude with the Russians. It's not true.
But Joe
no
Biden
collusion.
But Joe Biden did mess with them Ukrainians, though. He did him and son.
Joe Biden and his little junkie son.
Yeah,
had all that money and he's not paying child support. The way that Biden had all the brothers locked up, over late child support payments. This son has millions. He didn't even buy that motherfucker a pack of knowledge. Bastard son in Arkansas. What the hell? Even Bill Clinton initially was giving Danny Williams something.
Man.
And Hillary had to cock block that. I mean, the Bidens are scum. And I like it. And Kamala. She's not shit either. Come on. She's nasty. And she's not answering any questions. She's afraid to ask about Willie Brown. Willie Brown is Secretary of State.
Yeah, she do that little giggle and stuff.
You think I'm going to go with Willie Brown again? No. You think I'm going to give him a blowjob? No.
Oh, well, she's just a valley girl. I don't.
Can you imagine her orgasm? It's like the thing. Remember Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars and they had the little thing? It has the same laugh. It does. It does. Anyway.
But I think if let's say Joe Biden wins, it's really Nancy Pelosi that runs that whole White House if he wins, right?
Yeah, well, but she's a witch. Look, let's just do this. Congressman Burton, who she worked with Jim Jones, the same people that murdered the black people in South America. Maxine Waters was connected to Congressman Damali, who worked with Jim Jones.
Wow.
All the stuff that comes out of California is connected to that murder of black women and babies down in Georgetown, Guyana.
Was Jim Jones CIA? Was he a CIA?
There are all kinds of things, but let's be honest. Why did the Carter White House and other people go down and lobby and pressure the government of Guyana, which had a CIA link, to establish Jonestown? And the other thing is, I got a friend that you can talk to. He claims that he has a report where all the people that died were shot under the arm. And it's not the poison that killed them, but they were executed. That there was a military exercise there. There are allegations that the CIA has a department that studies the repression of Black people. And I believe it with all these cool-ass mega churches like TD Fakes and Creflo Holler or I'm a Whole Holler. None of these people ever speak up or do anything. I'm talking about Martin Luther King and other ministers with 10, 50 members did more than these niggas with the cast of thousands with multi-million-dollar budgets. The Black church has been weaponized to help destroy Black people. Wow. That was engineered because the People's Temple was a mega church. It's a prototype of a gay and lesbian, pedophilia, communistic, feminism, embracing church. And you see these all over the country now. This was created by someone. So I think that there are plots against Black people. They've always been, and we need to be aware of it. You know, you see these big ass churches, they got all this money and they never do anything. I mean, even small shit. Yeah. That's not how it used to be, at least for a significant number. What happened? So they have used, I've got a really good book. I'm trying to think if I have it in here. And it talks about how they have weaponized the movies and television, how the CIA and the military are all in all this stuff. They're now constantly manipulating our society. The TV shows, the movies, a lot of the scripts are written by the military, the CIA. This goes back to the Krill Commission in World War I. So why not have a war? They had an office on war information that spied on Black people in World War II. And they were spying on Black folks, like they threw right down in Memphis, Tennessee. Charles Harrison Mason's ass got put in jail for criticizing the war in Germany. Back in 1917, they've been attacking Black churches since World War I. Wow. It's over 100. So, of course, the CIA is spying. And if you've seen that guy, Like It Is, he talks about Black Desk, and you had Red Squads, you had all these, you have Boss in New York, Bossy, all these things to spy on and surveil, and they work with the intelligence agencies, and they help kill Malcolm X, and they kill folks in the Sovereignty Commission in Mississippi. We have an elaborate intelligence system to keep Black people down. And now they're using the church. They're even using Black Lives Matter, or should I say Black Fags Matter, because there's nothing Black about them coons. Wow. These things are all weaponized because in reality, the thing that holds everything together is the oppression of Black people. The real wealth of this country is Black people that have been exploited all these years. That was the wealth 400 years ago. It's the wealth now. And so the policing and the laws, if you start looking at this, where they won't have a national health program, it's to prevent Black people's numbers from growing. You're pushing abortion to keep Black people's numbers from growing. Yeah. You don't have a guaranteed income to keep our numbers from growing. You let 40 million people come to the country illegally to counter us. All of this is a war between the super elites who made their money off of our enslaved or oppressed ancestors to keep from their asses being knocked off their pedestal. There is no such thing as exceptionalism when it comes to God's justice. What goes up will come down. All empires pass. This one, the British, the French, the Belgian, right? The Germans, the Austrians, the Ottomans, right? But understand something. Like the Spartans had the Helots, no matter how bad it got on the Spartans, they never could accept or incorporate or give the Helots a break. What made them who they were was the group of people that they looked down on, that they fucked over. And that's the situation Blacks are in. And as long as this empire has its present configuration, we're going to get the short end of the stick or the long end of the dick.
Well, actually, like my thing is, when I talk to Black people, I talked to some older Black folks recently. They was talking about how Trump was like Hitler, and this is fascism. And I'm saying if Trump was like Hitler or even Stalin, how come they always make fun of him in the press, and he's not suppressing social media or freedom of expression? That's social media folks, Silicon Valley doing that, not Trump.
Nancy Pelosi is like Stalin. Joe Biden, who locked all of our asses up, and Bill Clinton and Obama are more like Stalin than Trump is.
Right.
Trump is more like Mussolini.
I can see that. Yeah.
Not like Hitler. That's not fair.
So it's more like a black shirt than brown shirts, or even
I think it's more like black shirts than brown shirts. When you look at Trump, he's not all powerful. He doesn't get what he wants all the time. Hitler took what the hell he wanted. Stalin took what he wanted.
And
Trump may try to ride roughshod, but he gets rebuked. Sometimes when he's right, he gets rebuked.
Yeah.
When he does something significant, you don't hear about it. He's not a part of the ruling elite. He's rich, but he's not an insider.
So let me ask you this: do you believe that he's actually passing as a white man? Then, like, that's the theory.
I don't know, but you know, Donald Trump Jr. You're from Memphis. Doesn't Donald Trump Jr. look like he could be a Creole from New Orleans?
He could be a Ford. He could be a Ford family.
Yeah, he could be a Ford.
Because I'm just wondering,
yeah. Where does he get all that dark pigmentation and the dark eyes and the dark hair? Somebody is not Nordic in that lineage. That hair and the eyes, it's not there. I mean, you look at this one looks different, and I've met and seen the Lungins and other people, and someone will show up that's kind of dark, and he got it from somewhere. That's the most noticeable thing. Look, I always tell you, you got the Swans and the Proctors, which you've heard of, who are my cousins. These people, thank God I'm glad. I like being Black Indian looking. I don't want to be pale like that. I like how I look. Okay. I know people I've seen in my family that look like dude. The dark hair. If you put him at Howard or some other place, people would just say, "Oh yeah, right." Not Eric, not Ivanka, but Donald Trump Jr. could be as a black, and people think, oh yeah, well, he's high yellow, right?
Yeah, I see that.
So this, I don't know, and I'm
he look more black than Sean King does. How about that? He got something going on with him. Because Sean King only like remember Walter White from the NAACP. Walter White, he like a white man, but he was a black man.
Okay, well, look, Talcum X. I don't even want his name in my mouth. Talcum X. And Rachel Dolezal, I think I told you I went to Howard with her.
I didn't know. Well, okay.
Oh, no, I tried to do an article about her 21 years ago. And the people wouldn't let me do that at the Howard student paper. They thought I was picking up. I could tell she's a phony bitch then.
Did you think she was black then, or you think it was something suspect about her?
No, I knew she was suspect. Look, she was in the fine arts department. I think I did a show with you. I was talking about growing up in the fine arts department.
Yeah. Okay. About it. Yeah.
And I saw that says, oh, this bitch is a lie. That bitch is a lie. I went back and says, I'm going to expose her ass. And everybody got mad. And you just picking on her because she's white. No, I'm not. I'm picking on her because she's fake.
Yeah.
And I talked to a sister. Her name, what's April's name? April. It'll come to me in 1 second. April.
Not April Ryan, right?
No. Although I met her like almost 25, 26 years ago. Arrogant then. She's still arrogant. But she has a flat booty. Fat face and flat booty. I mean, where'd your butt go, lady? Where is it? Okay. I hope you find it. April Turner. April Turner was the editor-in-chief of the Hilltop. In 2015, I called April because she was working for the NABJ and University of Maryland. And I says, remember I told you about that fake ass woman? And she had to laugh and say, yeah, you did. And I've had this experience where I tell people about something and they sit down and just argue with me. Look, I'm not trying to be in charge. I'm just telling you what is, right? If you talk to me long enough, okay, you will find out. Sometimes, I don't know where the hell, it must be God. I can tell you about something that's going to happen in advance. And this shit goes down exactly as I told someone it would. I mean, that's absolutely no surprise at all. And I told her that bitch is a fake ass, wannabe, lying, conniving. I didn't even know that she had faked her project to get into the fine arts school.
Wow.
I just looked at her, knew she was fake. And then me down and sit down, I was going to talk about fake ass white people at Howard. And all the coons said, man, you can't do that. And you got to accept them. I said, I didn't say I didn't accept white people. I said, I accept fake ass white people. There's a difference. I don't like fake niggas like the ones in here saying no to me. I'm fair. And that's still no, well, you can't do it. It's controversial. We have.
It's like some Jack and Jill stuff there.
Well, Slack and Jill.
Slack and Jill. Yeah, I had that issue with Angela Rye some years ago when a friend of mine worked for her.
Angela Thigh.
I wrote something about the Democrats, how they were really the creators of the Klan. This back in 2008, and she wanted to run in her newsletter. And my friend was upset about it. She was going to resign from the organization. I said, don't worry about it. But she wasn't Angela Rye as we know her now. She was just, running this nonprofit in Washington, D.C. called, I guess, Impact.
Well, she's a little fake Haitian. All of these fake ass.
I didn't know she had the Haitian background. I assumed she had A.L.L's parents or LPA parents, but she's Haitian. I didn't know
like
that.
Like Rollover Martin.
He Haitian too?
Yep. Well, at least half. Okay. Boy Reed.
Okay.
Boy Reed, I like that. A lot of them are fake. The Jafakins.
I mean, Soledad O'Brien, was she Irish and Cuban or something?
Well, I think she went to Howard. These people, none of them, they're not for us. Get out of our community. Go away. Stop using our shit. And I don't care how. And black men, stop. Just because someone's light skinned and long hair and got good pussy doesn't mean they're a sister.
Yeah.
And white women must have good pussy the way they run after ugly ones with no teeth. What is this about? In Tennessee, the brothers go out with the white woman on meth. And
yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Come on,
it's weird.
Admit to this. Admit it's true.
I'm not denying. I just think it's strange. I just think it's really strange.
So we need to run these people out of our community. Let them do their own shit. Let your leaders get shot on the balcony in the hotel where they are. Stop riding our shit.
But Dr. Short, I gotta ask you this because I know you ride hard on this. I just had a sister told me like several hours ago how she said, where's the black man to protect the single black mothers and the black women? I said, y'all had babies with dudes that weren't acting like men, that were males, but now they're saying, man, we're coming to our winter of discontent. Like 2021 gonna be hell on black people and on black women and single women or single mothers in particular. What do you say to a person like that that says she feel like that black men have failed or left them unprotected? That's why she got to act like a man or take on man-like qualities.
That's first and foremost. A hoe has no moral standing to question my manhood or our manhood collectively. If you were a hoe, it was your choice. If you weren't a hoe, it's rape. You should file charges. If you elected to pick a man who wasn't going to be with you, you're a hoe. We need to go back to that. See, let me share with you. I blame black men for one thing. I blame black men for acting like the world's going to run out of pussy. So you have to kiss every black woman's ass and never take a stand on anything, have no stance, no judgment, no revolution. You know what? In other cultures, when the men talk, the women are silent. In America, and black men are talking, some women may be quiet. Oh, shh. I'm gonna get you pussy if anyone hears my point of view. Black men are so fucking weak in this culture, morally and ethically. I can't stand it. I hate it. And I don't care. Bitches can all have aneurysms. I'm going to say what the fuck I feel. And that's why I set up a club called Bitch Busters. We will go and get black women from another country. I will have a damn black family. If you're a blabby face, pork chop feminist asshole black woman, the kind of nasty attitude like the checkers in the store that are nice to everybody except for the black men that come through the line. Fuck you. I'm tired of that shit. I didn't rape you. I didn't molest you. I didn't knock your ass. I didn't steal your welfare money and leave your kids hungry. I don't carry the guilt or weight of black men that are abusive towards black women. Fuck that. And fuck every black woman that thinks all of us have to apologize for shit we don't do. That's bullshit. That's reverse sexism. That's white feminism. And that's black women that hate black men looking for a reason to be angry. Fuck all the hoes like that. I mean that. Fuck them.
I mean, because like
No. I'm going to say this. Now, I absolutely am opposed to black men that abuse or hate or hurt black women. I'm down for equal treatment, but equal rules.
Mm-hmm.
If you pick a man with the grill on his teeth, who can't string a sentence together, like a mumble rapper, and you're screwing this dude. I mean, he probably can't get his tongue out to lick your clitoris, and he can't have a conversation with you, and your dumb ass is laid up with him. You deserve what you get. They're good black men out here. You don't want them. In fact, the same ones that'll bitch about how black men are, and they say, who's going to protect? Who protects black women that go out there kick their ass? Ask that woman that asked you, when your woman beats your ass, who's protecting you? How come you don't ask about that? Right? Let's have some real conversation here. If you wanted a stand-up man, you could find him. A lot of women don't want functional men because they're out of order.
Yeah.
I don't care if they don't like it. I don't care if you don't like it. You're out of order, girls. You're out of order. And that's why. That's part. Look, I want to read this thing. Did I read this to you before?
Yeah,
I think
go
I
ahead.
did.
Okay.
Remember this book?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
The Anger Creed. Yeah. Well, yo.
Remember the creed I was reading that they want to get rid of the patriarch and destroy the power and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Black women have cooperated with white women to destroy the black family. I'm not talking about all, but many, like Alice Walker. None of these, what's Donna Brazile done for the black family? These folks push abortion. They push for everything to destroy order in the community. Strong black woman. If you're so fucking strong, defend yourself. Shut the hell up, blabby face asshole, and leave me the hell alone.
Yes.
And if you don't value black men, don't give a fuck if he's with a white woman or a Chinese woman or if he's with an extraterrestrial. At least she's got a spaceship that she's willing to live and sleep in. I mean, who the hell are these? That's a bunch of bullshit. Black men should stop taking it. There's no more accepting, tolerant men on the face of this earth of women than black men in the United States. Yeah. Take your ass to Africa, take your ass to the Caribbean, take your ass to West Papua, to the Aborigines, go to Europe, and you show me another group of men that put up with as much shit off of women as we do.
I mean, even,
And you show me another group of black men where 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 folks in college are female, where if a black woman unqualified, masquerading as black, gets support like Kamala Harris, would a black man that's not really black get that support? No. Black women in this country are spoiled and they're not honest about it. Oh, let me finish. Are spoiled and they're not honest. In other countries, for example, 1 out of 3 black children are being raised by men who aren't their fathers. Does that make all black women hoes? It makes about 1 out of 3 hoes. That you got another dude raising a kid that's not his, and the courts are rigged, but he has to keep taking care of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The black men don't get any credit for raising kids that aren't theirs. The black men don't get any credit for being the ones who pay child support most consistently of men, with the hardest time having employment, with the harshest penalties for not paying, with the hardest things being done where they get felony conviction and everything else. Black men don't get any damn appreciation. And you're not a goddamn goddess if you can't appreciate the man that God gave you. I'm tired of all this Jezebel feminism worship in our community. It's bullshit. I am not saying that black men are perfect. In fact, a whole lot of black women don't want black men. They've replaced black men with black women and white women, who's what they really want. They've been taught to hate black men. All black men are failures. I've seen women with good men. They just, because he's black, he's no good. I've seen these same black women get a sorry ass white man, take care of him, and no complaints because he's white. Right? And no one talks about it. Black men don't complain when black women get with white men. They don't. They accept it. Why do black women bitch when black men get with white women? That's
a good point.
Why is everything rigged? Because that comes from white supremacy that's in the head, and a whole lot of black women are white supremacist assholes. They're traitors. And the thing I don't like about black men is everybody with the pussy is cool. Even if they're Nazi or a Klansman, oh, you got a pussy, she's okay. Dumbass black men. Everything is with your penis. What about your dignity, your humanity, your God-given right to exist? So I'm tired of folk begging and everything is pussy and dick and poles and holes. The world's more complex than that.
Yeah.
And they're not enough STDs killing black men for being so damn shallow. So wait a minute. Who's going to protect black women? The first thing that's going to protect black women is the choices that black women themselves make. Did you pick a man that would love you, that would have a conversation with you? Or did you pick a man that just wanted pussy, or he wanted to get in your vagina, or he wanted to get in your pocketbook, instead of someone that's a partner with you?
Wow.
A lot. I've seen look, I've watched this over a lifetime. I've seen really good black guys get passed up for the rotten ones. Even Breonna Taylor's ass is dead today. As good as she was, why did she have a dope dealing nigga? And she almost got her next man killed behind her messing with that drug dealer. Yes, it was a setup. Yes, the cops wanted to kill her. Yes, they're murderers. All of this is true.
Yeah.
But the entree to come after her, even though there's a gentrification project, I get it, was that she was connected to a dude that was in the criminal underworld.
Yeah.
And I have watched sisters prefer the trash of black men and then bitch about the sorry ass men that they pick that I've got to answer. Fuck you. Fuck all you hoes that think like that. I don't give a goddamn. Stop picking sorry ass black men. Stop picking semi-literate niggas with the pants falling off their ass. You want to do, I remember when I was living in Tennessee, the thing that blew my mind. I had braids just to see what's like that braids. Do you know the women were looking at me because my hair was long? Nothing about me mattered other than the fact that my hair was long. I mean, so my education, nothing, just my hair.
Right.
Oh, your hair. Not, I'm a good person, I'm a respectful person, I'm gainfully employed. My hair. That's it. Shallow assholes. It's shallow. And we need to start telling people, and I'm engaged in what I call gender disobedience. Okay. I'm defying the damn hoes out there. Dumbass, trifling hoes. Not all sisters, but they know who I'm talking to. You only liked me because my hair was long. Nothing else about me counted. They want to touch your hair, not talk to you, but touch your hair. Is that really your hair? Not, what's your name? What's your phone number? But your hair. Nothing else. You mean if I just relax my hair? Excuse me. You're interested in me if my hair's relaxed, but you're not interested in my brain or whether I'm a kind person, just my hair. If my hair were naturally long, you would just give me some because you want kids to have straight hair, but you don't want to know who I am. You want to put that off on black men? And hold on. Who's raising black men? At least half of them. Black women.
Right.
Who's fucking up? The same black woman that say the man's no good, that don't pick a good man, that run the man out, won't let him visit. Then you raise these fucked up men. Okay? Either you're having sex with them and your girlfriends, you let them get molested by your boyfriends. Yeah, I said it. Then they hate and abuse women, and we don't know where this came from. You know, I always make fun of the women, say, well, you know, women hold up one half the sky. And my comment always is, if the whole sky is falling, isn't it both of our faults that it's fucked up? I can always get some dude who wants to get some pussy. Well, it's always 100% the man's fault. I'm going to get some pussy now. And Black women should be ashamed all the time and treated like sex objects instead of sisters and fellow freedom fighters. Okay. Black women are 50% responsible for any problem that they beef about. And they can pick decent men. There are good men out here, and hold out for them. See, a lot of ladies, I mean, let's just run through this. You got kids by multiple men.
Yeah.
Overweight, jacked up attitude. I mean, why should someone want you? Why does someone guarantee for what? Okay. Look at yourself, Ron. Are you overweight?
Yep.
A little, but not like 400 pounds.
No, I carry myself well.
Yes, you try to keep right.
Yeah.
Because you want to be presentable to someone female.
Yeah.
Why do these ladies think they have the right to be so overweight and they should be wanted on par with the woman that keeps herself up?
Even Lizzo has she got money though? She want a certain type.
No, Lizzo is a slut.
Okay.
And I don't consider none of these people. Look, white women, Asian women, Latino women are more interested in reaching out and being presentable to men in their group.
Yeah.
Black women listening to white lesbian feminists think they should be morbidly obese and they should be as desirable as Jane Kennedy, a woman that keeps herself up. And a man should see her mind. She doesn't see his mind. Like, I mean, you see my hair, you see my abs. I don't have to see a man's character, but he has to see mine when I weigh 400 pounds and I got 8 kids by 9 different men.
Oh my God. Yeah.
When it's outrageous, it's time to hammer these broads that they've got the game fucked up. And so, one, you shouldn't spread yourself thin. Just because you can take birth control pills doesn't mean you need to be spread all over the place like Jiffy peanut butter. You need to be more conservative with who you get with.
Yeah.
You should have as few partners as possible. Wait if you can. And for Black men, there are good Black men out here, but you know what? And I told this woman, I saw this at Harvard. Everybody was chasing the Black men, the gays, the white women, everybody except for the Black women didn't want the Black men. And then the ladies would get angry if the guys were with a woman that wasn't Black. I said, bitch, you don't want them.
Right.
So he's supposed to sit up and just be out there with nobody, being rejected. Our women are spoiled, and Black men need to shatter this monopoly. And I'm telling you, if a whole bunch of brothers started marrying more foreign sisters and breaking the monopoly that Black women had going all the way back to slavery, when we had a situation where Black men outnumbered Black women literally all the way until a decade after the Civil War, which means that Black men lived almost 300 years with a pussy shortage. And so we value, I think, women more than women value men. We need to get an equilibrium back. We value each other equally. And this is a problem. And Black men, I blame them as well. Black men don't respect one another. We compete. We're catty. We're bitchy. We're selfish. We're mean. We're jealous of each other. We don't work together. But I make this comment. White women are for white men. Latino women are for Latino men. Yeah. Asian women are for Asian men, right? Black women are for feminists, white gay men, and others. They're not for Black men. And it's too many. And Black men need to start saying this. And I don't care. I mean, I don't care whose feelings. We need to hurt feelings, shatter the silence that there's a problem in our community, and half of it is female. Half of it is male. I will never defend these rotten ass black men. At the same time, I'm not going to, for every fucked up black man, there's a jive ass, overweight, nasty attitude, slutty type black woman who's his counterpart. How dare them pretend that 100% of them have their shit together and 100% of black men don't have their shit together. I think it's 50-50. Some of us are fucked up. Some of us are okay, male and female. I never allow a woman to have that kind of conversation because that comes straight from white women. The same white feminist that tells her black man's no good. She's got a black boyfriend. That black woman's fat by herself and says, they only like white women. No, the white women chase the black men, stalk them, beg them, hound them. And then you're around sisters. They go to parties and they do some lesbian shit. They all cluster so you can't speak to them. Have you seen that shit with black women do that bitch ass shit? Y'all are some fucking assholes. If men did that, they'd be fags. When y'all do that, well, we just girls hanging. And then they say nobody spoke to me. Well, damn, they couldn't even get to you.
Right, fortress.
And
right.
So there's a lot of male hatred in our community. Yes. Black men need to start calling this shit out for what it is. I don't care. Shit. I'm 55. I would rather die than be with a bitter, mean, unloving black woman. I'll get a Brazilian. I'll get me a Bush. I'll get someone from another country. Replace your bitter asses. This is the way we need to force this issue. If you don't change, if y'all don't lighten up, if y'all don't learn how to think outside the box and esteem black men, you don't deserve them. So a whole lot of sisters don't deserve a black man, a good one. They really don't. So how about that? Notice how you've got a whole stream of literature about how bad black men are. It's black men don't tend to write books negative to trash all black women. Yeah. Don't they ever say, hey, wait a minute, the brothers aren't doing this to us. It's white society using these black lesbo dykes to attack us. We need to wage war on them. And we need, one thing the black men need to do, we need to treat lesbianism as with much disrespect as we do male bisexuality and male homosexuality. And we don't do that. So a woman's bisexual, oh, she's okay. Like, well, she got molested. What about the boys that get molested? What about the people that get raped in prison? There's no consider that just black men just get it together. Just what? How come our humanity doesn't exist or matter to we black men? We're really, really despicable in this area. And so I care about the sisters that get raped, molested, but what about the boys? I've seen girls and boys get molested. They don't talk about boys, right? If a woman's gotten molested and you're in a relationship, she can tell you I was molested. And a man will work with her. Let a man tell a woman he's molested by a man. Oh, I don't want you. You probably, I can't trust you, right? No space for black men's pain or humanity, right?
That's right.
And you got to make all of this. Well, she's been hurt. Well, what about he's been hurt? And notice that this all one side. Where does this shit come from? It comes from white supremacy. So we need to tell some of the sisters to shut the pie hole half the time and listen to what we have to say. And then black men need to man up. Protecting black women isn't that hard if they want to be protected.
Yeah,
I see sisters, try to open that. So I've learned to just not bother anyone. I don't want someone to scream at me for speaking or do it. You know what I'm saying? Have you had this situation? Have you said, why are they so angry? I didn't put my hands, and I'm gonna tell you something. Whole lot of black women, the reason that they messed up is they aborted babies. They're murderers. They kill the babies inside of them. It fucks up women's personality. Yeah, I said it. You baby killing sisters are a trip. Y'all need to get some help. We've killed 20 million babies in this society, and it's played a psychological, it's done a psychological destruction on the sisters. Where, and it changes them. And there's some sorry ass men that oppress women to kill babies. And now it's just this baby killing, this molestation and stuff has to stop. I have found that the mothers that enable their children to be molested by women and men I've seen some rotten fathers that molest kids. All this stuff is true, but it takes two to tango. And so they keep talking about the powerful women. Well, damn it, be powerful when it comes to accountability. I see a lot of women, they want rights. They want all this stuff without any accountability. That's bullshit. It's time for us to stop accepting that. I don't receive it. I don't accept you're equal to me without equal accountability.
Right.
To hell with that. And I'll just say, Black women have it good in this country compared to other places. In South Africa, where the women that get raped and hurt, you know what? Those women are still friendly. I don't want anyone to get raped. Don't get me wrong. If you're a good man in other countries, these women can tell if you're a kind, respectful man, they will grab you. A Black woman will say he's corny, he's soft, he's weak.
Right. Yep.
And I reject that. And so right now we're in the middle of a rebellion of brothers who are saying, fuck the bullshit. We don't care anymore. Fuck feminism. Fuck pork chop feminism. All the shit's evil. In fact, I just ordered a book. It's called Luciferian Feminism. Feminism is satanic. It's not of God. It rejects all order, like that creed where we're going to have immorality and other stuff. This is what the women brought in. The men didn't do this. And so why is it that Black women go to white lesbian feminists for inspiration and guidance? It's a form of Black self-hate, just like abortion is, just like Black Lives Matter is. And as Black women, y'all beef about Black men. I know if some folk are going to hate this recording, great. Fuck you. It's time for you damn hole. Yeah, the Black men are tired of y'all shit. We're not going to be quiet. Y'all out of order. You're traitors to your community. Not all, but the ones who are offended by this know I've told the truth. In Jesus' name, yeah, I cussed you out. In church, they masturbate you. They never call you out. Well, you know, where are the fathers? Well, damn, why didn't she marry him before she spread her legs?
Yeah.
And the other thing is the church, which you women fund, why haven't you leaned on these nigger pastors to invest in homes for new families? Because the ladies are selfish and into themselves and their nails and their hair and all this other, instead of bread and butter. I tell you something. You know about the rape trees for the Hispanics, where they rape the women that come across the border? It's horrific. They rape the women of all ages. But you know what? These Latinas don't trash Latino men who get treated 10, 100 times worse than Black women. I've seen Black women go out of the way to be unhappy about Black men, invent shit. I want to be mad at Black men. And they're rewarded by the system to hate Black men. Black men should love Black women, but they shouldn't tolerate bullshit. And there's some rotten, pathological Black men that hate Black women's guts. Those men are monsters. And I think you and I agree. I don't like rapists. I don't like men that beat on women. I think people like that should be hung, shot, gotten rid of. But you know what? What happens with the women that hate Black men? What do we do with them, ladies? The minute you start talking about punishment for that, all of a sudden, because so many of them hate men. Okay, so if a woman falsely accuses a man of rape and ruins his life, there's no punishment. Why is that? If a woman lies to a man for child support, mess up his credit, gets him fired from his... Notice that this works against Black men. I am not telling sisters not to get their child support when the man owes them, because there's some men that don't pay. They're a lot.
Right.
But what about the ones that do pay child support? You call the cops and swat his ass every time he shows up on his weekend. Or you lied. My cousin that lied and told her daughter for years that she's a product of a rape. I got so tired of it, right? And I told her, I'm going to tell you who your damn father is, so your mother will be angry with me. Who gives a damn? She's already lied, told you not to trust me. Well, let me do something to earn all this hate I've been getting, because I know what the truth is. I told her, and folk are still mad. So what? But you know, they were mad at me anyway. We have to start being honest about that. And again, I'll tell you, the good book, the Bible, and when it talks about how we're supposed to treat one another, this shit works. I don't see it working. In fact, it's interesting. They don't like it from the Bible, but they'll get into Islam where a man has 2 or 3 wives. Why is that you can share a man in one of these little bullshit religions, but if he tries to be like good book, I would and by the way, something that would work, we might need polygyny. We might. I don't think I want more than one wife. I don't. I mean, one would be enough. But I bet you, for all these women that want to be protected, share a man. You're sharing them any damn way.
Yeah.
And it's the Bible is not against polygyny, except for religious leadership and the epistles. So having more than one wife isn't a problem, but you're not going to have more than one man. Do you know there's sisters out here who are married to or have this informal marriage to 2 or 3 men at a time? These sisters think this stuff is cool. They're trying to be dudes, and that's another problem. Black women trying to be men. It doesn't work. And by the way, there are a lot of single Black women. The suicide rates are going through the ceiling because you've tried to live as a man all these years. Why not be a woman again? Learn how to bake. Learn how to be happy. Discover that femininity is worthwhile. There's something regal to the old school Black woman that's been lost by these new jack tramps out here. Nobody likes them. No one stays with them. Let this country continue to go to the right. A lot of these swirling relationships, which are basically jungle fever with rings. When it ends, you're going to see a lot of sisters come back after they find out the grass isn't really greener. You'll see. And guess what? Some people are going to rediscover that it's not so bad. And part of what it is, Black folks need their own economy. What makes a Black woman mad at Black men, in reality, if you ask me, is the economic deprivation. Black men have been castrated. And instead of helping the Black men get themselves together, and by the way, start off with the man that wants to have his shit together.
Right.
Okay, because you know what? They'll get a sorry ass nigga. They'll marry a man in jail. He don't want nothing. Well, you should have known that when you right. But they'll meet a Negro out of college scuffling, and well, he got his degrees. You won't work with anyone that's at least shown potential.
Right.
There's a lot of blame to go around, but the answer is true courtship, true respect, true honor for one another. It's not impossible. I have a lot of female friends, sisters, and I ain't boning them. I just like sisters that are pro-Black and male.
Right.
A lot of our sisters hate men. Our brothers should never waste any time with a man-hating Black woman. Leave her alone. Spurn her. Reject her. No, don't spend the same way a woman shouldn't spend time on a dude that doesn't have it together. A woman that hates men, that's got more personalities than Sybil on crack, leave her ass alone. She should get counseling. She doesn't need a relationship. She needs a prescription. She don't need a man.
I hear you, Dr. Short.
It's time for us to wind up. We just got 3 minutes. So yes, I mean, I've just pissed off so many people.
But no, but why say
this? Feminists.
To speak to what you're saying though, it's hard.
Pork chop feminists.
Well, it's hard to date right now because of the situation you just said about Black women. It's hard to date because
no, it's not hard to date. No, Ron, no. We need to bust the cartel.
Okay.
Black women are playing a dirty game that's going to collapse on them, and we need to collapse it like the World Trade Center. My suggestion for Black men that are serious, that want to have a woman that's marriageable, to look to the wider diaspora. Be very careful, but to look, I mean, I found Brazilians to be cool. I've met some very nice South Africans. These are folks that know, that value men. America, with this feminist thing, it's really bad in our community. Black American women have about the highest rate of divorce and separation of any women in the Western world.
Wow.
It's even higher than black because they can't be pleased. They don't want to be pleased. They are unhappy with how they look, their eyes, their hair. Look at how attacked with all this insanity, right? You can't make a person that doesn't like themselves, that may look like a beauty queen, that thinks she's ugly and acts ugly.
Right.
No man should be trying to date that. Let that woman stew in her own bullshit. Go somewhere else. I'd say avoid Jamaica, but there are other women in the world. There are other women in the world where there's respect between men and women.
Yes, sir.
Find them. In fact, Brother Ron, we should do, as soon as COVID is over, I've always wanted to do what I call Bitch Buster Tour.
Okay.
Where we're going to punish the bitches by taking the good black men to other cultures and pairing them up with eligible females. Of course, we don't want you can't have AIDS, you can't have a criminal record, you can't be beating up on women. We vet them in and we take them to places and meet women that want to have a family.
Mm-hmm.
This would traumatize the shit out of black women. Yes, we're waging war on bitch ass black women by taking all the marriageable black men somewhere else. Since you said there's a man shortage, I want to create one.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to either come up to standard or be left behind. We're not waiting for you to get your mental shit together or learn to partner with the man, trying to be a man and a woman at the same time. We don't have time for it. You don't, I don't. I did this experiment at Howard talking about this. The women went nuts because black women are spoiled. They're used to having a lock on black American men. We need to break that lock. I don't have to marry you. Okay, if you're not going to honor me, I don't need you and you don't need me. And I'll still have a black family if I'm fucking an Eskimo.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't need you to have a black family. So if you don't want me, what are we doing? You can find yourself a black woman in Brazil, Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, Uruguay. You got 50 some odd countries in Africa. Get them, bring them back, make certain that they're not green card tramps.
Yeah.
And start a family and be happy. And you know what? There'll be a lot of miserable black women, which will be their punishment. They deserve it. These sisters are better educated than the men are. They haven't been able to figure out the game that white folks have been playing to divide us.
Mm-hmm.
All these black ones, the education, and I've got 10 degrees. And you don't have one lick of sense to go with each degree that you have. That's you right. See a good man, you know, let me tell you, one of the most fun I ever had in my life. I'm not even interested in any other type of woman except for black. Mm-hmm. But when I did hang out with the white female, the jealousy from the black woman was so wonderful. Same woman that wouldn't even say hi to you walking up and down the street. When they saw you with a white woman, they thought, you were like boning. Mm-hmm. I mean, I felt like a celebrity, like Isaac Hayes in the early 70s. And I said, this is interesting. You mean I look okay? I mean, once you want to compete with, but you would never ever have a conversation with me. Mm-hmm. Huh. Wow. But you'll compete with this white woman. I couldn't even, I'm not even talking about sex. Just, hey, how you doing? And keep it moving, right? All right. Don't talk to me, right? Mm-hmm. That ugly stuff that's in our community, we need to replace it. And black women are like a communist economy. It's called a command economy. You don't get to negotiate the prices. You can't ask for anything other than what's given. You go in the store to get grapes and they only have pears. You say, I'd like to have some grapes where we have pears. Well, I'd like to have green grapes where we have pears. That's how black women what they did back with segregation. Black men had no choices. They could only deal with black women. Black women could be with white men, Indian men, anybody they wanted to. Mm-hmm. And they're spoiled by it. And now they got jealous when black men could finally hook up with other people in the 60s. They act like black women been with whoever they wanted to be before black men did. Hmm. Okay, now we need to wage war on the pork chop feminist bitch matriarchy with intellectual cruelty and with a deliberate purpose to break the back of this rebellion and to bring Black men and women back on equal terms, which means if you're a good sister, a beautiful sister, honorable sister, I honor, love, and respect you. But if you're a nasty ass woman with a fucked up attitude, I'm not going to put my hands on you. I'm not going to bother you. I'm going to replace you with a woman who's compatible, who's still Black, who honors and loves me, that wants to be a mother and a wife, and your ass will be single somewhere. Maybe you'll even be lucky enough to be a side piece of folks into people that weigh 200-300 pounds. Psych. If we did this, if Black men started strategically working to smash what these white feminists have put in these dumbass Black women's heads, a lot of Black women say, you know what, all these men are going to, we got to compete. In fact, I'm going to tell you, when I was working for Prince George's County, this woman, she's a very masculine Black woman with pants on, no makeup, you know, and she says, you know, African women look down on us. And they says, well, I don't see why. And I says, I do. She says, well, why would you? I says, well, just look at yourself. You have no lipstick on, makeup. You didn't do anything to prepare your face or your hair. You haven't done your nails. Your hands are ashy. Your ankles are ashy. You've got on men's pants. Women, where they come from, wouldn't dare do that. They don't respect you because you don't act like women. You act like dudes with a vagina.
Wow.
That's how a lot of Black women have been told. See, they've been told just having a pussy, that's it. A pussy. Ooh. And I see Black dudes running, oh, pussy, pussy, like the Cocoa Puffs thing. I mean, the world is replete in pussy. Yeah. What's your personality? What's your character? What do you like on the inside as a woman? Okay, right? Do you love children? I mean, do you like music? I mean, what's you have a pussy? You should, because you have a dick. You're definitely not going to bareback my ass. Well, I mean, you'll get stabbed like I'm Freddy Krueger. I mean, so you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if we start to do this and start advertising Black men's tours, marriage tours, other places, a lot of Black women start strategizing. We have to stop this shit. We got to stop it. And no, you can't stop us by playing. You're going to have to compete.
Yeah. Black
women have to walk into the sunshine of competition for good men instead of thinking just having a pussy, I deserve a man. Fuck that. You're supposed to have a pussy. How else would you be? And this is what we have to do. And everything I'm saying, I know it's going to make a lot of women mad. Yay, I've pissed you off. Too few Black men have had this kind of honest conversation to shake this shit up, to drive these folks out of their minds. Damn it, we got to stop him. At Howard, they would say, we have to stop Randy Short. He's making a thing. So, yes, we need to have dating clubs, marriage clubs, and replace them. Even white men go overseas to because they don't want white feminists to raise their kids or to be their wives. We don't need this American feminist shit. It's scum. It's a gutter religion. It's anti-family. It's anti-God. It's anti-Black male. It's anti-Black family. Destroy it. Burn the temple of pork chop feminism down. Destroy it. Bomb it. Nuke it. And I don't care who's fuck feminism. Just say it. It feels good. Fuck feminism. Right. Yes, yeah, we don't care. We resent you bastards. Y'all are our enemies. You want to castrate us and kill the babies and destroy the Black family. We're going to have one whether you like it or not. So there's Uganda and Tanzania and Mozambique. And we can go, and Guinea-Bissau, the women are beautiful. They're Black as a tire. I love it. And I can help you. We're going to learn other languages so you can talk to your woman and the sister can't understand, y'all need to speak in English. No, don't speak in English. Keep speaking another language. Remind her ass that you don't have to listen to her.
That's right.
And say something about her in the other language. Make her think, look at her and say something. Make her think you said something about her. We need to start fighting against this Jezebel bullshit, pork chop bullshit in our community. Absolutely. Trust me, if more Black men did this, certain Black women would have to adjust. There are good Black women, there are a lot. But they need to start regulating sisters. You know, if a Black man, like the Black man that got killed, I think in Dallas, who jumped on a Black man who was beating up a Black woman at a gas station, got shot to death. When Black men try to regulate Black men when they're wrong, Black women, they're delinquent. They're fucked up. They don't do their job in regulating Black women. It's true. Y'all Black women are sorry as shit. Y'all don't handle your business in regulating your sisters. And the best thing that we can do is not fight. Don't you dare raise your hand to hit a sister. Simply move on, go to another country, replace them. Okay, it's like labor. Okay, we can outsource our sex jobs to other countries, and a lot of sisters would be sexually unemployed.
There you go.
You know, can you imagine her with the sign, "We'll screw for food"? We have to show them that, and by this way, if enough sisters lose out, some of them will say, I was stupid when I was young. I was dumb with my fucked up attitude. And all these Spanish speaking bitches and all this, they taking all our men. Like in L.A., a lot of sisters hate the Hispanic and the Mexican women because they got a lock on brothers. But they like to cook. They like to screw. They don't spend all their time wagging their heads and signifying and being an asshole with the pussy, which is also called a bitch.
The doctor show you said a lot. People gonna process this. You stirred up the hornet's nest on this episode.
Oh, of course. My job is to make folks angry. Stir this shit up.
Your job, sir.
Make folks so mad until we need to have a discussion on this. By the way, I never said I didn't love Black women, but I don't like fucked up attitudes. Yeah. I'm tired of us walking. You go in the store, speak to someone. Have you ever been someone just start yelling and screaming at you and you didn't even do anything?
Yeah.
White women don't do that.
Been in that situation
no
before.
other group of women treat you like that in public. Yeah. I'm sick of it. So no, brother, I don't care who I made, man. This is a rebellion against pork chop feminism. Damn all them women. I hope none of them have children. I hope none of them get married. May they be punished for their fucked up, nasty, toxic estrogen syndrome where you hate the Black man. God's gift to you the same way a good Black woman is a gift to a good Black man. The rotten woman and the rotten man is a gift to nobody but Satan.
Yes, sir.
Let me let you go with that, brother.
Dr. Short, God bless, man. Thank you so much for blessing us. In the words of Duke Ellington, we love you madly. You keep on producing and pushing.
And I know this is going to get us in a lot of trouble, Ron. All the feminists are going to be mad. I love fighting with feminists. Oh, my God. I get energy. It's 5 in the morning. If I pissed off feminists, if I got back at one of them little nappy-headed assholes.
Oh, God.
Backstabbing, bad attitude. We need to fight these women, brothers. Stop compromising. You don't need them. Punish them. Yeah, we got to go to war with these traps, man. And the minute that we do, I assure you, brother, the minute that people start standing up, start telling the truth, you're gonna find that we'll be able to of brotherhood and sisterhood and say, hey, look, let's work this out. It isn't that I don't want to see foundational Black American families. Right. But our sisters they're treason to run after pork chop feminism and white radical lesbian feminism and be weaponized against Black men and unborn Black babies. This crime has to be stopped. And Black women who are supposed to be decent haven't done shit about this in the last 50 years. So we have to put our foot and our nuts down. Put your nuts where your mouth is, and not in your mouth, but you need to be with the woman that honors you and respects you. Stop begging for pussy. Develop your character. Your manhood is bigger than your penis, and a woman's womanhood is more important than her butt or her twerking or her bust line. It's her soul. It's her humanity. We need to push for those things. And yes, I use all kinds of disrespectful language because I disrespect feminism in our community. I hate it. I will keep hating it, and it feels good to hate it.
Well, the hate that hate produced.
Women. No, I don't hate women. I hate feminism. Yes, I do. Proud of it. I don't plan to stop.
All right, Dr. Short.
All right.
All right. God bless, Dr. Short.
God bless. Good night.
Yes, sir. And that does it for this edition of We All Be News, Radio, and TV. And like I said, in the words of Great Duke Ellington, we love you madly. Y'all keep on producing and pushing. Peace.
Hey everybody, this is Brother Ron. I am asking you all to do me a big favor. Think about supporting the We All Be movement. Your donation is tax deductible. The We All Be Group Incorporated is a recognized 501c3. And I'm just asking you all because I want to keep on bringing y'all quality work through the way that I know how to do best. And I'm going to sing my praises and toot my horn. A lot of y'all were not hip to Dick Gregory until Brother Ron brought him on the We All Be platform, until that Django review we did. Y'all seen another side of Judge Joe Brown, and Judge Joe Brown's message has been amplified. But it was We All Be that brought Judge Joe Brown to y'all back in 2014. And so many others. And we covered so many things. So help us out so we can help you all. Peace.